Hi, everybody. What's going on? Today's lesson of the day is called Make an Impression. The reason why I think it's so important to even make a video about it is because a lot of times when we go into a conversation or when we go into a meeting, any kind of opportunity or experience and interaction, we don't keep the objective in mind. And when I mean objective, I mean it in a few ways because there are different levels to what you want to gain out of an interaction, whether that be in any context. And I talk about that because there are, of course, different traditional examples, like an interview or like a business meeting or like a first meeting, discovery opportunity. You might be scoping out a new gym. You might be going to a store to browse for something. You might be just going into the car dealership to ask around. For me, all these are real examples, and you might have just that in mind. It might just be to see what's going on, or it just might be to get a simple question answered, or to get a person's point of view on providing an overview to whatever it may be. But overall, it is, on top of all of that, important to keep in mind that you want to make an impression. You want to be able to, through that interaction or relationship, through that first meeting, or through that coming together. I'm talking mostly about in-person meetings or in-person link ups. You want to make an impression. You want to be able to let the other person feel who you are. You want to be able to give them a sense of your energy, so that when you leave them, they still have an idea and lingering feeling of who you are to them. To me, this is so important because that's what really lasts. Not what you spoke about, not the exact substance of your conversation, but the overall feeling of what it was. There are a lot of times in the past where I was just like a dead person walking, where I know that I wasn't giving it my full effort, that I wasn't giving it my best shot, that I was just going into an interview or some kind of meeting, just looking to check the boxes and do what I thought was not the bare minimum, but what I thought was the typical sense of quote unquote doing a good job. But that's not enough. What's more important is to make an impression to the person on the other end, to let them know that, hey, you're there for them and you have a real fire in your eyes, and you really have an ability and an urge to make a positive difference, whether that's making a purchase or scoping a deal or just becoming friends, that you have something real to offer. To me, that's huge because it shows that you have life inside of you. There are people who are just living, and there are people that are full of life. I choose the latter. I want to be able to surround myself with those who have that life inside of them, who have that light inside of them, that we can bring it to other people, and that we can know that every time we step to the table, that's something that's differentiating us, that we are bringing to the group, we are bringing to the world an energy that transforms, an energy that inspires, an energy that expands. So you want to be able to make that impression wherever you go, wherever you are, whatever type of space that you're in, make that impression on people. It might just be as simple as being at the water cooler or being at the water fountain. It might just be waiting for a bus. It might just be going to the library or going to a restaurant. It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to make a disturbance, or it doesn't need to be a big issue, but you want to be able to let the world know that there's life inside of you, that you're not just living. that you have something, that your spirit is there, that you can offer them a seed that can blossom into their lives as well. When we look at people who are happy, to me, it's not about what they have, but it's about who they are. And that impression that you make on someone is really that sign, that signal that you do have it and that you're willing to offer it. Not that you need a sign, but you want to be able to indicate that you have something that's more than just your skills. You have your voice and you have your life that's inside of you. So go out there and make an impression. Thanks, guys.